What's up, YouTube? This is Kyle aka Fish for our Team Volta Penguin here. I just thought I'd give a quick update on the Fabled Dark deck. Um, over the weekend, I went to regionals and ran this deck, and it was okay. I kind of made it. I changed it for the regionals because I wanted to stop windups and Zectors, and it didn't really work like I thought it would. And then I went back and remade the deck for the Winamat and ended up winning the Winamat for thing. So whatever I did worked out a lot better because the deck was a lot more consistent and was working a lot better. So yeah, let's give the updated deck right now. 3 Ravens. Raven is obviously the best card in this deck. If you saw my last video, some people posted about the Darkwool side of the deck, like, oh, run beige and like all that stuff. And this isn't really a Darkwool deck. It's fabled Darkwool, and basically what that means is this card is the main card of the deck, and it allows you to synchro some like 3 or 4 cards at a time. So when you're watching this video, remember it's not really a Darkwool deck. It's more of a synchro deck. So Fabled Raven is by far the best card in this deck. Allows you to do all sorts of plays and get your Darkwool stuff to activate and just win. It's so good. 3 cruises where you use Raven, plus it's Fiend, and really good. And 3 Grimo. Grimo lets you search for any Fabled deck card in your deck as long as you control a Fabled type monster. So usually we'll get Cruise with this. That's kind of the goal, is to open up like just Raven and Grimro, and then summon Raven to go search for Cruise, and you can ditch Cruise to get Grimro right back if you want to, or do other plays. But there's times, if you ever watch me play, where I'll just normal summon Cruise and ditch Grimro to go get Raven because he's that viable for the deck. So that's it. The Fable stuff's kind of just the engine for the deck, I guess, if you want to call it. But it's really good, and they're all fiends, so it helps with the field spell, and they're all light. So yeah. 3 Grapha. Grapha is so good in this deck. The deck does not revolve around Grapha like I just talked about, but he's definitely really good because he can pop stuff. And not only that, if you have no other plays, you just keep normal summoning a Snow or a Brow to get Grapha and just protect yourself. 2700, 3000 with the field spell. That 2700 thing sucks because a lot of things can get around it pretty easily, like Scrap Dragon and stuff like that if you don't have the field spell. But yeah, Grapha is really good. He gives you lots of protection and like destruction, and yeah, he's just good. 3 Snow, search out like the field spell or Graph or like a gold or whatever you want. Yeah, he's just really good. Plus he's 1700, so he's big, and 2000 with the field spell. There was a game at the Winamat, the last game, where I literally hit my opponent 3 times with Snow. That took him down really good. So yeah, he's really good. And then 2 golds and a Silva. I'm actually considering changing both the golds to a Silva, just because, like, if you get roll attributed, that was like I played excuse me, I played Gravekeepers, and they did roll tribute me, and it didn't really affect them all that much because I summoned gold, and there was nothing. There was like 1 card to pop, and it didn't really do much. But Silva would have been a lot more viable if they did that. So I'm actually considering changing these to just all 3 Silva. Also considering running a 4th, like another Silva, or if I replace these 2 with Silva, just running another gold, just because like this is really good having these guys in your hand with Raven. It's just so good. 2 Brow. Brow was really good at 2. Like I said, this isn't a pure Darkwool deck, so you don't really need 3 Brows. His draw is amazing with the field spell and allows you to get like different cards for a Raven to be useful. But 2 is really good. Like, you don't need 3, but I wouldn't say 3 is bad, like I talked about the other video, but like 2 is really good. So, and you need like more room for other cards. So yeah. 2 Transarts Fiends. I put these in after the main regional was over, and they worked a lot better. What I was originally running was 2 Maxi instead of these 2 guys, and that's because I didn't want to hit the wind-up loop. And then like if I did hit it first game, I just want to have a chance to like stop it first game without having a side. So I took them out because Maxis like absolutely sucked in this deck, and put 2 Transarts Fiends in, and these are pretty good too. I'm actually trying to find a real replacement for these guys. I haven't really decided what I want to do yet, but for now the Transarts Fiends, they're good. I mean, the discarding is really good. It's not a cost. If you don't know, like, this is definitely not a cost, and people have called me out and like, it's a cost, and it's not a cost. But yeah, he just allows you to do plays and get around like stupid cards. 1 Sagan for now. I only have one tour guide, and that's because tour guide in this deck, it's not 100% amazing like it is in the regular Dark World deck, because getting that brow in regular Dark World is great. But in this deck, having tour guide, like more like 3 was really bad, and I put it 2, and then 2 was still kind of bad because I saw it more often than I wanted to. But 1 was like the perfect amount. 2 ended up getting kind of cloggy, as like with 3 was really cloggy, and then 2 ended up being like just not as cloggy, but still kind of cloggy because you want to discard your hand and get plays off. And with this in hand, it's hard to you obviously don't want to discard it because you want to use it. So 1 I thought was really good. BLS because you have lights and darks, and he's absolutely broke. And then Dandelion, my tech choice, really good. Those tokens were amazing. I actually got screwed over by having a token on the field. I won't talk about that, but yeah, he allows you to do like Trish plays, which is cool. Plus it makes Foolish a little bit more viable. 3 gates because all your deck's fiend and it allows you to do stuff, which is nice. 2 dealings because you have so much discard, you only really need 2. Plus it gives your opponent like kind of a plus. So 2 lightnings for back row hate. And like stable stuff, card destruction, monster born, foolish, and dark hole. Yeah, all these are really good. Card destruction is like obviously by far the greatest card in hand or deck if you hit it. Allows you to like plus a lot. So yeah. Before the tournament, I added in Smogs like the night before or 2 nights before. This because I wanted to stop Inzectors and get their crap out of the way. I never really saw Inzectors because I didn't do that good, but against other decks, like even without just playing Inzectors, this card was like this is like MVP of the deck, like no joke. I thought it sucks. I was siding it all the time. I never really did anything with it, but I decided to main it, and it was so good as a main. It wrecks so many decks. Like it stops fairies from being able to go Christia. It stops like Monster Reborn because you can chain it to stuff, and Dark Soul, like anything. It stops so much stuff. It's really good. And then the Solemn Brigade because yeah, you gotta stop some stuff at least. I'll go to the side the extra real quick. 1 Leviar, 1 Leviathan. No Zen Mines because they got stolen. Cause thanks for stole my Zen Mines. That's cool. Caster, Reagan, Bryanak, Wyvern, Inch Fairy Dragon, Black Rose Dragon, Dark Highlander, Stardust. This is what I replaced with the Zen Mines with Thought Ruler because he actually stops. If you don't know, he just stops target stuff. So it makes like I don't know. It makes D Prison completely dead, which is cool. Scott Dragon, Valkyris, Trish, and Leviathan. On to the side deck, 3 MSTs and a heavy. Honestly, after every first round game, I just went into this instantly because I knew what was coming. Like, Closed Forest was probably going to come out, or Shadow and Prison Mirror was definitely, I was going to see that, or like just more back row stuff because that's all anyone sides into is back row hate for this deck. Or not back row hate, but like back row stuff to stop my plays. Because that's all that stops it. There's not really many monsters that you can main that will stop my stuff. So this is honestly, every game I just went into 3 MSTs and heavy just so I can stop stuff. Because I knew what was coming. 2 Squadron, they were okay. I didn't go to it all that often, but you know, they're pretty good if you need to side. Like, stuff that have effects. Like, Karakuris is really good side Squadrons. 2 Deck Devi for stupid decks. 2 Rivalry. This stops plants so well. Double Bottomless. 1 Torrential. Just for like those spamming decks, really good as a side if you don't mean it. And I decided to side the 2 Maxis now, just so if I did the wind-up loop, you know, just side in the Maxi. It's a good side, so yeah, that was the deck. I didn't do all the regionals like I talked about, but I did win the mat, which is kind of cool. But yeah, let me know what you think of the deck. If you have any suggestions for the deck, just let me know.